Hello friends and welcome to my channel. My name is Jess and I'm so glad that you guys are joining me because today we are going to be setting up my stats page for my Bujo. This is my Bujo reading journal. So for my new viewers, welcome, and my returning viewers, welcome back. I'm glad that you guys are joining me. So you can find me here on YouTube, but you can also find me on Instagram and on TikTok. Yeah, so let's go ahead and get started because I am really excited about setting this up. All right, so I will admit, I feel like I kind of botched my intro because it's been a few days since I've recorded and apparently my brain is just not there. So we're going to be doing my June stats page. This is my Archer and Olive Reading Bujo. I really just kind of use it for like little things here and there. And I've been setting up stats pages. I have the May. I have this April, which I'm not in love with, but I still technically have to update it, and I really should do that. But I really like how I set up this stats page, though, and this is kind of like the style that we're going to continue to go with. So basically, we have a header. I have the number of books and the number of pages, which when I was taking down my notes, I forgot about the number of pages. So I'm not going to be able to fill that in, but I will after the video. I have the genre. I have my top 2 books of the month. And then I have my rating system, which is just basically color coded. The colors are very similar to how I have the colors in my regular reading journal. And actually, I just realized I need to get another color, and I'll kind of explain why. So I already have the book sketched out. I need to do a circle, but let's go ahead and jump into the June stats page. And I'll just kind of chit chat as I go. So for this page, I'm going to be using an Archer and Olive fine liner. It is a black and it's a 4mm. I freaking love it. And that's what I'm going to be using for like the bookshelves as well. And then all of these are going to be colored in using Crayola Super Tip markers. I'm kind of annoyed with myself that I did not plan this ahead of time because I will admit this video is going to be going up late because I opted to read most of the day today. I wanted to finish an ebook so I could be able to get another NetGalley review posted. And then it kind of hit me what time it was, and I was like, oh shoot, I know what video needs to go up tonight and it's not ready yet, so that's what I'm doing now. Yeah, I'm a slacker. I am so a slacker. I go out of town for a few days on vacation and I come back and I'm like, what's going on in the world? But yeah, so how was everybody's June reading? I can't wait to show you guys like my Happy Planner reading journal, which is currently in the middle of being updated because your girl was a slacker the entire month as well for updating that. I'm just about done updating that, and then I will be printing out photos. Like I'll be doing like all of the photo stuff tonight probably. And then I think tomorrow is when I'm going to actually record the video. Now, I will say I was surprised that I read as much as I did this month because it didn't, like by the end of the month, I was seriously thinking that I only read like maybe 12 to 14 books, which, I mean, granted, a lot of them are audio. Don't come at me. I don't just read. I mean, I do read a lot, but I read 17 books. One of them was a physical book, and then it was like audio books. If I had my reading journal within reach, I would share with you like the actual numbers and such, but one physical, a lot of audio, a lot of Kindle too. I feel like I did a lot of Kindle reading this month. So I'm really proud of myself. Okay, so let's look at this. So I had three thriller, 2 fiction, and 12 romance. So that means I just lost my paper. So I'm going to say that this is the half mark. Okay, so if I'm looking at 17, I'm going to look at 16. This would be 8. I kind of feel like maybe that would be 12. Like this right here would be 12. Let's go with it. And then that's 3 and that's 2. Sure. You know, sometimes I just let it go. Okay, so we are going to be taking, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to be using, let's see. Yeah, let's use Tombow for this. I was really wanting like a lighter pink, but I should have pulled out my swatch notebook and then I could have actually known like what colors that I was going to be grabbing. And also, like, I hate coloring this in because I feel like whenever I color, it always looks like a mess. Like, how do those Bujoers do it to where they're, when they color stuff in, it's like so nice looking. How do they do it? Okay, so we've got pink for the romance. And then I think we're going to do, let's do a gray for the thriller. We're going to do this gray. I feel like that gray is a little dark. Okay, I think this one is going to be better. So thriller was 3. I'm actually kind of surprised that I read that many thrillers. Well, they were audiobooks. Although so far I have read 1 for July. Already for July, I have finished 2 physical books and 2 Kindle books. And it's only, okay, it's the 5th. I'm still proud of myself though. And then we're going to do a purple for the fiction. Yeah, that looks horrible. See, like I'm telling you, I feel like I'm very bad at coloring when I should be better. We also need, I also need a gray for like the title. So let's do, I think I came to the conclusion that that one was too dark. Let's do this one. So we're just going to do June stats. So yeah, so drop me a comment. Let me know how many books did you read and what was your favorite book that you read of June, or top 2 favorite. I always like kind of focusing on top 2 favorites because sometimes you can't just pick one. All right, and then like I mentioned, pages I will have to fill in off camera because I don't use a program for tracking my books that provides me with the pages read. If I use Storygraph, I would, but I don't because I'm a slacker. So okay, so 17, and then we come to my reading. Oh, actually, let's do this first. So we've got romance. And I'm telling you, the majority of the books that I read are in fact romance. And then thriller. I love thriller though. Thriller is my favorite for audiobooks because they're like kind of gets your heart rate pumping and your anxiety up, and it's fantastic. Although romance are really good for audio too, especially when they have like a slow burn. All right, let's just say that every book is good for audio. All right, so actually before I do the coloring in, we're going to focus on my 2 favorite books. So when I print this out, I use a Canon printer, like a little Ivy printer. I basically do 2 book covers on one, just mainly because I like the size when you do 2. Because I think like if I was to do one of them, it would be this size, and that's a little bit bigger because I actually trimmed off. And I feel like that would be a little too big. Maybe if I was doing like my top favorite book, then it'd be a different story. All right, so what we're going to do now is peel off the backing. So the book You with a View is by a debut author. We're actually going to do it like this. And this one was just absolutely fantastic. Like, this was one that I like when I was trying to rate it, I was wanting to rate it like 1,000,000 stars because that's how good it was. And then Hello Stranger um, by Catherine Center, another one, absolutely phenomenal. And let's see. So You with a View published just recently. So we're going to go You with a View. And then Hello Stranger. I need to find the publishing date. I should have had that ready. Actually, I can get that. Okay, so You with a View publishes July 11th. So it actually publishes next week. So highly recommend reading it. All of Catherine Center's books are phenomenal. Like, you literally cannot go wrong. And I believe You with a View, I feel like that one is July 11th as well. Yep, You with a View is July. Find it really amusing that I just so happen to pick two books that both publish on the same date. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a yellow, this is an Archer and Olive calligraph, and I'm going to go ahead and put in the stars. I'm just doing 5 stars because that's like the max that you can give them on Goodreads. But I believe in my reviews, or at least in my review for Hello Stranger, I was like, I'm giving this book 1,000,000 stars. Or I think I gave it 10 stars. Close enough, though. But yeah, so those are my top 2 books. And now I need to do my bookshelf. So this is like my rating scale. So this pinkish is 5, blue is 4, green is 3, yellow is 2, and then gold is going to be 1 star and that just happens to be if I do have any 1-star books. So my very first one was in fact a 5-star read. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do and let's actually just kind of go in order. So my next one was a 4-star. And I feel like I had a ton of 4 stars. I had 2 3 stars. Let's go on the bottom first. And I do not write the name in here just because if I really wanted to see the name, I could go to my other reading journal. And everybody say hi to Duke. He's joining me. And then we have 4. He's trying to decide where he wants to lay. Okay. All right. Well, I have to. Okay. Seriously? He's like, hi, pay attention to me. And now Vinny's coming along because he's like, you're not paying attention to me. Okay, so let's see. I have to now, because Duke's covering up my paper, so I now have to look at Goodreads. So 5, 2 4s, yes. And then a 3, and then a 4, and then a 5. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I feel like I tend to rate most books 4 stars. And there are some things that a book has to meet in order for me to give it 5 stars. And the biggest thing is that I have to emotionally connect with it. So, Hello Stranger, I'm actually doing in a purple because that was one that I was like 10 stars, phenomenal. So my 10 star, so when I do like over 5 stars, I've been doing purple. I did not like the fact that I had a 2-star book, and this was an audio. That it was like literally the most disappointing audiobook that I have ever listened to. Several times while listening to it, I came very close to just DNFing it or not finishing it. And then I was like, okay, maybe it'll get better, because I feel like that there were a lot of reviews where they were like, this is a really good book, and I'm just like, what is wrong with you people? It's not. And then there was another book, a 3-star, that I was severely disappointed in, because I know a lot of people who, Duke's being cute. I know a lot of people who rated this book really, really highly, and I just couldn't. Okay, so now we have You with a View, which again was another 10-star. So that one's that. So 4 stars to me. If I'm able to like emotionally connect with it, it's usually going to be a 5-star. If I'm not able to emotionally connect with it, then that's when it becomes a 4-star. And then I have my last one being a 5-star, which my last one was actually a reread. So I had previously read The Happy Place. Well, I listened to it on audio. And then I got the physical, and I knew that I wanted to read the physical because it was part of the Once Upon a Book Club, where they basically set it up to where like they work with the publishers to release certain books, and they do like little gifts along with the book. So Happy Place was one of them. Purchased it. I love that book so much. I love Emily Henry, though. I feel like all of her books are just phenomenal. And I mainly read it because I wanted to open up the presents. All right, but there we go. June stat page. I love it. I cannot wait to do July, because so far July has been a really, really good month for books. Okay, I lied. I have 1 5, 2 4, and a 3-star, which a 3-star was kind of like a 2.5. I was being very generous with a 3. But anyways, here's June stats. I'm going to go ahead and count up the number of pages, so in that way I can get that on here. But I love how this page turned out, and yeah, let me know your thoughts. Let me know your favorite book of June. Let me know how many books that you read, because I always want to cheer you on with your reading when you meet your reading goals, or if you just do any type of reading, I will cheer you on. Thank you guys so much. Have a good day, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and enjoy the next video.